Jenny Peddicord, who just got done telling us all about her awesome virtual field trips. I first heard Jenny talk about this. When was that, Jenny, when you did that at Big Bear?
Oh, yeah. That was not this winter, but last winter. So a little over a year ago.
Yeah. And I thought it was such a cool idea at that time. So I'm so glad that you're going to share your magic with the rest of the speech pathology world now. So one thing when I was listening to you, like you talked about going into the gen ed classroom and doing the pre-lessons, which I love that idea. Do you have you had any trouble getting buy-in from gen ed?
Well, I think in a lot of settings, if you do push in, you kind of find the teachers that are open and willing to have you in the classroom anyway.
Right.
So if I'm thinking of a teacher that I work with now, I got the buy-in from her because she loves technology, and she's the one who has done, written for all the grants. She has, a wall-sized projector. She has laptops for every kid, and for some reason she has all of this amazing technology. And so her buy-in was really the technology piece of, wow, isn't that great? You can come in. And she has weekly readers where people stream in live video from all over the nation, whoever they are, and they read a book to the classroom.
Whoa, that's so cool.
Yeah, it's very cool. So for her, this was just a neat extra way to have that. And what I usually do, I'll do some push-in for her classroom. If I don't have buy-in from the teachers, I will get the theme or the curriculum, and I'll pre-teach it in the therapy room.
Sure.
I find that that's a little bit easier and more consistent. And it requires less planning, to be honest, than to schedule with teachers to pre-teach. So I don't always pre-teach in the classroom, though it certainly is a possibility.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's the same as with anything you're doing, right? Like,
exactly.
It's always optimal to get in there and you're collaborating, but just doesn't always happen that way. We always have to step back from the ideal a little bit. So, all right. So you talked a little bit about the technology you like to use. I didn't hear you. I could have missed it. Talk about what kind of platform you like. Like if you are going to stream, do you have a preference like Skype or FaceTime?
So that's a great question. I use, I don't know that I should mention the district, but the district that I use has, they have purchased a subscription to Microsoft Link. What this is that when Microsoft bought Skype, they used some of the Skype technology with the Microsoft live meeting technology that they had already had in production, and they merged them. And I've been using Link for 2 or 3 years, and I don't know if it's just because I'm so familiar with it, but I love it. I really think it's a great platform. One of the features that I love about it, and I'm not marketing Link because I don't have any monetary reimbursement from this.
Although that would be nice, wouldn't it?
Oh, that would be nice and acceptable, is that it has whiteboard features where I can draw in real time on the whiteboard, and the students can draw on the same whiteboard in real time, and we can have a shared platform. I love that.
That's awesome.
And that's unique. I don't know all the video streaming software that I've used a fair bit. I think that's one of the neat, fun features about Link. It's got the usual shared desktop. You can give control, blah, blah, blah. The benefit to it over Skype is that it's got a little bit flexibility when you're streaming. So Skype has this, I don't know what you want to call it. Pete has some word for it, where it's just susceptible to drop calls.
Sure.
So if you don't have the optimal message that drops your call, and Link has a little more flexibility in what it will accept. So rather than dropping your call, if there's a dip in connectivity, you might just have slow video or audio video feed that's not coinciding.
Right. So you won't lose it completely.
Exactly. Now, the downside is that that's a subscription. And I don't know the cost of it. I don't think it's too much, but both recipients have to have it. And so that's the downside, where Skype is free download. A lot of people have Skype. I find that sometimes, not always, but sometimes it has difficulty getting into district firewalls.
Right. Yes. I've had that experience as well.
Yes.
Be just a little bit of a pain.
Yeah. And so that's something, one of those fun details you want to plan in advance is if your tech team knows if there's a video streaming software that they already use, how can you get it? Or do they know that free downloads like Skype are going to cause connectivity issues? GoToMeeting is also.
Yeah. Yeah. I've used that a few times recently.
What is there? Google
Hangouts, FaceTime.
Yeah. So I haven't used FaceTime, but I think that's, again, you just have to. I mean, I've used it personally, but not professionally.
Sure.
I think they're all explorable, and I'm sure there's even others out there. But Link is the one that I use, just because that's what the district uses.
Sure. Oh well, that makes sense, and that I think that speaks to the issue of. Again, something that SLPs are really good at is using what they have. So
Exactly.
yeah, so this is just more of the same. All right, so how do you decide who to contact on site? Do you just start making cold calls and ask them to point you to the right person, or do you have somebody you like to start with?
I make cold calls, and I keep a running document of locations that I've contacted, who the contact person is, issues that they have, blah blah blah. Who has wireless? So I keep a document about all those details. Do they allow audio, video? But it's a cold call, and sometimes you get people that think you're crazy, and then they hang up on you. So most of the time, people are like, "What is this? I don't understand." And you sort of explain, and then they think it's interesting.
Sure.
When you go to the site and it's actually there, the staff is just as wowed as the students are on the other end. But it is cold calls, and it does take a little bit of I have sort of a preamble that I give, and then it's fine. If they're open to it and they meet the specifications, I haven't really run into that many issues with it.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, yeah, I can imagine that once people see it happening, the magic happens, right?
The magic, right. And it's sort of inobtrusive. I mean, I like to interview staff, but the Humane Society, I didn't interview anybody once they helped me set up, and we just wandered around and looked at animals, and I could be unobtrusive. There's just me. Although it does, if it's a public setting, other people want to know what you're doing.
Right.
Talking out loud to a computer, and that can, kind of be fun or not. So it just depends.
So that brings me perfect segue to my next question. So what's your favorite place that you've ever gone?
Okay, well, here's full disclosure. I haven't done a ton. I think probably my favorite so far is the fire station. And the reason is, and here's a funny thing, would I ever call the fire station as an adult and say, "Hey, can I just come look?" No.
Can I just come hang out?
Yeah, right. I have this guise of, look, we're helping children or we're helping clients, and I get to kind of go behind the scenes as well. So I got to see where they sleep and eat and how it works when you're on call for 24 hours. And so it was rewarding because that was a live streaming one, and the kids got to get up and ask the firefighters questions. So that was really great for the kids. And then they did an all-call where the downtown fire department intercoms into the fire station, says, the name of the elementary school or the name of the school, and then the sirens start. But then also for me to be there and ask sort of all these questions I've never asked a firefighter, or see just the behind the scenes. So, there's lots of places I want to go. And I'm hoping that as I have my own internet, if I buy, my own, if I have a hotspot or a modem or something where I have a subscription, the sky really is the limit. But currently I'm on whatever wireless is there. And so that limits you. It really does limit you.
So what is on your wish list?
My wish list. Okay, so I need a tablet, which I think I'm getting one. I think I have one en route to me. So that's good.
That's very cool.
Yes, and so that's half the battle. And then I just need some sort of wonderful prepaid or, subscription mobile internet, something that will allow me to stream high quality video audio. Right. And then you can go anywhere, you don't want to. What
you
was
need
that?
to like write a grant or something.
I do need to write a grant.
In your
And, you know,
spare
I
time.
think in my, yeah. You know, it's fun. It's not like we want to take our therapy clients with us when we go on vacation, but if you're going snorkeling in Maui, wouldn't it be cool if the kids could see that, or you could stream from underwater? I don't know, you know, like, wouldn't that be awesome?
I think it would be awesome. And especially as the kids, they're increasingly native to interfacing with people via a screen. And so I think they're more and more and more used to experiencing the world in that way. And I think, wherever you think about all the places that people in a school building go, you know, the principal goes to DC for a principal conference or whatever, like have her go, like, can you chat with her while she's at the Washington Monument or something? Like, I think they're just, possibilities are endless.
Yes. I mean, if you did a school-wide thing where, you know, all the places we go and everybody's, you know, records 2 minutes of video from all the vacations that they have, even over the summer. You know, we had teachers that went to Turkey and we had teachers that went, you know, all these different wonderful locations. And if that was something that we did, that the staff could do, say, these are all the places we go, and they do a shout out to kids and the staff. And
how fun would that be?
It's amazing. I think really the sky's the limit. And again, this isn't just like watching a movie. This is around a shared theme. This is personalized video, you know, so.
Right. And I think, and if you have the kids engaged, and it's that project-based learning piece too, which is also a huge thing that I'm excited about. And I always try and do, because they're always more engaged if they are interested in it. I mean, duh, right?
Right.
And I think it's especially important. I know you work a lot in rural locations, and I feel like I'm either rural or I'm in an extremely kind of low income, low experience kind of environment. And those kiddos expanding their world, the more we can do for that, I think that's fantastic.
Right. Another way that I've been thinking about using this, because again, I work in several different settings, is that with my sort of private adult clients, I work with them about functional tasks, and then they go out in the world and they have to report back, and I don't really know how those functional tasks go for them. But if they could record it sort of in a secretive spy fashion where I get to see the interaction, or I get to see the successes, and then we can actually play them back and talk about them.
You know, you need Google Glass. You need some Google Glass.
Yeah, I'll write that into the grant.
Put it in the grant. Okay, so you have your hotspot, and you need some Google Glass. What else do you need?
Right. I might as well just have a drone at that point.
Yeah, well, and I think like a credit card to pay for all the places you're going to fly.
Right.
It'd be like a where in the world is Carmen Sandiego situation.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what you've hit the nail on the head. Okay, we'll get the Gates Foundation or something to.
Yes. That's
okay,
a bit of a dated reference probably for
is
some
it?
folks.
Yeah, okay.
But
yeah, forget it. Forget that. Didn't say that.
Never mind. Well, okay. Thank you so much for chatting today.
My pleasure.
And will you come back and talk again?
Of course.
Thanks so much. Okay, so I guess we're signing off here, and we will talk to you again soon. Thanks for listening.